Lithuania, land of the last pagans of Europe, is home to some of the most fascinating castles in the Baltic region. So stay with us for a few minutes as we explore some of the most amazing castles in Lithuania. Trakai Island Castle, located in the heart of Lithuania, is one of the only castles in Eastern Europe built entirely on an island. Situated on Lake Galve, near the town of Trakai, this iconic red brick fortress dates back to the 14th century and served as a crucial stronghold for the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Built under the direction of Grand Duke Kęstutis and later expanded by his son Vytautas the Great, the castle played a pivotal role in defending the region against the Teutonic Knights. Trakai Island Castle was not just a military bastion, but also a political and cultural center. It became a residence for Lithuanian dukes and a symbol of the country's medieval power. Its most significant historical moment came in 1410, when the castle served as a planning hub for the Battle of Grunwald, one of the largest battles of medieval Europe, where the united forces of Poland and Lithuania defeated the Teutonic Order. Over the centuries, the castle fell into decline but was meticulously restored in the 20th century, reclaiming its former glory. Today, Trakai Island Castle is a popular tourist destination and a gateway to Lithuania's medieval past. You can explore the Trakai History Museum, housed within the castle, which showcases artifacts ranging from medieval armor to coins and traditional Karaim cultural items, a nod to the Karaim community historically associated with the area. The castle is surrounded by crystal-clear waters, making it a stunning spot for photography, boating, and relaxing walks. Seasonal events, such as medieval festivals and concerts, bring the castle to life, offering a magical experience. Kaunas Medieval Castle. This is one of the oldest stone castles in Lithuania and the only one built with a double defensive wall. Situated in the heart of Kaunas, where the Nemunas and Neris rivers meet, this Gothic fortress dates back to the mid-14th century and played a crucial role in defending the Grand Duchy of Lithuania from the relentless incursions of the Teutonic Order. The most famous battle involving the castle occurred in 1362 when the Teutonic Knights laid siege to it, ultimately breaching its defenses after intense fighting. Historical records suggest that nearly all the castle's defenders perished, and the fortress was heavily damaged. Despite this, Kaunas Castle was later rebuilt and continued to serve as a stronghold, administrative center, and even a prison. Throughout the centuries, it witnessed numerous battles, survived several reconstructions, and eventually became a symbol of Lithuanian resilience. Today, only about 1/3 of the original structure remains, but ongoing restorations have turned the site into a major cultural and historical landmark. You can explore its underground passages, view archaeological exhibits, and attend various medieval-themed festivals. The castle's location in Kaunas Old Town makes it easily accessible, offering a perfect blend of history, culture, and stunning river views. Gediminas Castle Tower. What if one tower could define an entire nation's history? Gediminas Castle Tower, the last remaining part of the upper castle in Vilnius, is one of Lithuania's most iconic landmarks. Standing proudly atop Gediminas Hill in the heart of Vilnius, the tower dates back to the early 14th century when Grand Duke Gediminas, the legendary founder of Vilnius, built the city's first defensive fortress. It played a crucial role in protecting the growing Lithuanian capital from attacks by the Teutonic Order. Over the centuries, the castle complex evolved, but much of it was destroyed during the Russian invasion in the 17th century. Today, the tower is more than just a historic ruin. It is a powerful national symbol. In 1919, the Lithuanian flag was raised over Gediminas Tower to mark the country's independence from foreign rule, and it continues to be a site of national pride. You can explore the tower's museum, which showcases medieval artifacts and models of Vilnius Castle's past. Before heading to the observation deck for a stunning panoramic view of the Old Town and beyond, whether you're a history buff or just looking for the best view in Vilnius, Gediminas Tower is a must-see destination. Raudonė Castle. This castle, with its distinctive red brick facade and towering round turret, is one of Lithuania's most picturesque castles. Located on the banks of the Narmunas River in Jurbarkas district, this stunning structure stands on the site of an earlier medieval fortress that belonged to the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. The present castle, built in the late 16th century, was commissioned by the Prussian noble Hieronymus Crispin Kersenstein in a Renaissance style. Over the centuries, Raudonė Castle changed owners multiple times, undergoing various reconstructions that blended Renaissance and Neo-Gothic architectural influences. Despite its elegant appearance, the castle was no stranger to war. During the Napoleonic Wars in the early 19th century, it suffered significant damage, and later, in Second World War, it was used by German forces before being partially destroyed again. After the war, the Soviet government rebuilt it and repurposed it as a school, which it remains to this day. Unlike many historic castles that function as museums, Raudonė Castle is unique because it continues to serve an educational purpose while also welcoming visitors. Plunge Manor. This was once home to one of the most prominent noble families in Lithuania. Located in western Lithuania, this magnificent 19th century estate belonged to the noble Oginskių family and is considered one of the most beautiful manor complexes in the country. Built in 1879 in a neo-Renaissance style, Plunge Manor was not only a luxurious residence but also a thriving cultural center. Its most famous owner, Duke Mykolas Oginskis, established one of Lithuania's first music schools here, where the renowned Lithuanian composer Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis studied. The estate also became an intellectual hub, hosting artists, musicians, and politicians. During the Soviet era, the manor was repurposed, but after Lithuania regained independence, restoration efforts revived its historical beauty. Today, Plunge Manor is home to the Samogitian Art Museum, where visitors can admire Lithuanian fine art and cultural exhibits. The surrounding English-style park, with its ancient trees and picturesque lakes, offers a peaceful retreat with a perfect blend of history, nature, and art. Panemune Castle. Located in the scenic Jurbarkas district along the Narmunas River, is unique among Lithuania's historic fortresses. Unlike many castles, which was built for military defense, Panemune Castle was constructed between 1604 and 1610 by the noble Hungarian-Lithuanian Eperjes family as a luxurious Renaissance residence. Designed with elements of both Renaissance and early Baroque architecture, the castle was surrounded by beautifully landscaped gardens, artificial ponds, and scenic terraces. However, despite its intended purpose as a peaceful noble estate, history had other plans. The castle suffered major destruction during the Russian invasion in the 18th century and was further damaged during the Napoleonic Wars in the early 19th century. Over the years, Panemune changed owners several times. The castle's decline continued through the 20th century, especially during the Soviet era when it was neglected and partially ruined. Fortunately, recent restoration efforts have revitalized the estate, transforming it into a cultural and artistic hub. Today, the castle houses an art gallery featuring Lithuanian heritage, and its scenic surroundings make it an excellent destination. Norviliskiu Castle. Nestled in the Žalčininkai district, near the Belarusian border, Norviliskiu Castle is one of Lithuania's most enigmatic and well-preserved Renaissance-style castles. Built in the early 17th century by the Bernardine monks, this fortress was originally a monastery, serving as a peaceful retreat for the order. However, due to its strategic location on the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth's eastern frontier, the castle soon became an important military outpost. Over the years, it changed hands multiple times, falling under Russian, Polish, and Soviet control, each leaving its mark on the fortress. Unlike other castles that witnessed bloody battles, Norviliskius was more of a cultural and religious center, attracting noble families and later functioning as a noble estate. Today, after extensive restoration, the castle has transformed into a popular venue for historical reenactments, medieval-themed festivals, and even modern events such as concerts and weddings. Merkine Castle. This is the largest surviving medieval enclosure castle in Lithuania. Located about 30 kilometers southeast of Vilnius, near the Belarusian border, this impressive fortress was built in the early 14th century during the reign of Grand Duke Gediminas or his successor Algirdas. The castle played a crucial role in defending the Grand Duchy of Lithuania from the relentless attacks of the Teutonic Order, as it was strategically positioned along key trade and military routes. Unlike hilltop castles, this was a lowland fortress, designed with massive defensive walls and corner towers to provide a stronghold against enemy sieges. One of the most significant historical events linked to the castle occurred in 1402, when the Teutonic Knights launched a large-scale attack, devastating the surrounding area. However, they failed to capture the fortress, proving its formidable design. By the 16th century, as gunpowder weapons became more effective, the castle lost its military significance and was gradually abandoned, later falling into ruins. During the Soviet era, the site was neglected, but after Lithuania regained independence, extensive restoration efforts began, preserving this medieval treasure. Today, Castle has been restored into a museum showcasing Lithuania's medieval past. You can explore its exhibition halls and climb the reconstructed main tower, offering panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. Birzai Castle. This castle was one of the most advanced defensive fortresses in the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Located in northern Lithuania, near the shores of Lake Cervena, this 16th century castle was constructed by the influential Raudonė family, one of the most powerful noble dynasties in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Unlike many other castles built on natural defensive sites, Birzai Castle was designed as a bastion fortress, an innovative military structure adapted to withstand artillery attacks. This made it one of the most formidable fortresses of its time in Lithuania. Birzai Castle played a significant role in the wars between the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and the Swedish Empire. The most dramatic event in its history occurred in 1704 when Swedish forces led by King Charles XII besieged and destroyed the fortress during the Great Northern War. Following this devastation, the Radziwiłł family rebuilt the castle, but as warfare evolved, it gradually lost its military significance and fell into decline. Today, after extensive restoration, Birzai Castle houses the Birzai Regional Museum, where you can explore exhibits on the region's military history, noble heritage, and the famous beer brewing traditions of Birzai. Bistrampolis Palace. This is an elegant 19th century manor located in the Panemune district in Lithuania. Built by the influential Bistrampolis family, this neoclassical estate was once a thriving cultural and political hub, frequently visited by Lithuania's intellectual and artistic elite. However, the palace's most dramatic history unfolded during the 19th century anti-Russian uprisings, as it became a secret meeting place for rebels fighting against Tsarist rule. After Lithuania fell under Soviet control, the palace suffered neglect and was repurposed for various uses, including a collective farm. Fortunately, after Lithuania's independence, Bistrampolis Palace was carefully restored to its former grandeur and now functions as a cultural and tourism center. Today you can explore its beautifully restored rooms, enjoy concerts and art exhibitions, or even stay overnight in its historical hotel. The surrounding park and scenic grounds make it a perfect getaway for relaxation. Trakų Vokė Manor. This manor was once the lavish countryside retreat of one of Lithuania's wealthiest noble families. Located just 12 kilometers from Vilnius, this 19th century estate was built for the influential Tiškevičių family, who played a significant role in the political and cultural life of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Designed in an elegant neo-Renaissance style by the famous Italian architect Leonardo Marconi, the manor exudes grandeur, with its impressive facade, intricate interiors, and vast landscaped park. The manor's history is closely tied to Lithuania's shifting fortunes. During its peak, Trakų Vokė Manor was a center of aristocratic life, hosting grand receptions and attracting artists, musicians, and political figures. However, like many noble estates, it suffered during the 20th century. After Lithuania fell under Soviet rule, the manor was nationalized and repurposed for various uses, leading to neglect and decay. Fortunately, restoration efforts in recent years have brought new life to the estate, preserving its historical elegance. Today, Trakų Vokė Manor is a cultural venue, hosting concerts, art exhibitions, and film productions. And there you have it, Lithuania's most stunning castles and fortresses, each with its own fascinating history and unique charm. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating explorations of history, culture, and travel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Until then, happy travels!